Hello and welcome to another episode of Rolling with Reddit. Some people roll with
dice.
and some people roll with disadvantage, and today we are rolling with Reddit on the forums, and we're also rolling with Tom Nelson.
Thank you very much.
Welcome from the Deck of Player Safety. Get familiar with this tool. And in fact, could you actually give us a little demo of what the Deck of Player Safety is?
Sure,
and kind of tell us what it is?
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to do so. I call it a 3-minute session zero for when you don't have time for a session zero. I specifically designed it mostly for convention and organized play, where you're typically sitting down with strangers. Used to use things like the X card, red, yellow, green, but after a very specific experience, found that the player was very uncomfortable leading up to the application of the X card. And I just thought there's got to be a better way. So the Deck of Player Safety solves 3 specific problems. One, it's 100% anonymous for everybody, including the GM. So you can express yourself freely without stepping into the spotlight and saying, well, here's my phobia, or here's something I have issue with that I'd like to exclude. And the GM doesn't even know who submitted it. Secondly, it heads off problems before they happen. Whereas the X card and the others serve a purpose, you always have to go through those bad feelings first, whereas the deck can help head anything off before it actually happens in game. And third, it's super fast. Again, if at a convention you're always crunched for time, it's a way to get it out of the way. Again, 3 minutes, and as more and more people are familiar with it, it goes even faster, really. So the mechanic, real basically, is that it's a deck of cards with about 32 different real common themes that happen in RPGs, or can happen in RPGs. Mixed in, there are a bunch of anything goes cards. And that's where the anonymity hinges. So basically, the mechanic is that you would hand the deck of cards to the first player. They would skim the deck and pull anything that they didn't want in their game contact. You know, alcohol. Maybe they're a recovering alcoholic and they don't feel like admitting that. And they probably would have played through. But now that they know they have a choice, it's like, oh, I can actually remove that from my game.
Yeah, you guys don't have to meet in the tavern. You can meet in the guild hall.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, but in any case, every player would select their cards. If they're good with all the topics, then they would choose an anything goes card. So that's where the anonymity comes in, is that everybody has to turn in at least one card. So after everybody selected their cards, as the GM, I would pick them up and do a real obvious shuffle, so everybody knows there's no order to it. And then you just review the cards with the players, which is a very important step because that way everybody's on the same page. So, hey, in this game, no mental illness, we're not going to have any alcohol references, and we got an anything goes. So let's play. I find that a lot of the players actually police themselves. Once they're on the same page, they know, like, oh, we were going to do that. So it helps me as a GM run smoother games because I don't have to worry about it being interrupted by an X card and having to pivot last minute if it gets played at all. Frankly, in a setting like that, I would guess that most of the time it's not played, but people just walk away with whatever they felt. But in any case, it's available physically, which was what I started with. There is a digital version done by Demiplane as well. It's demiplane.com/DOPS. It's totally free. Doesn't require Demiplane's login or anything. It's still 100% anonymous because there's no login. And you just copy the link, paste it in your whatever chat you're using for your online games, and then allows everybody to pick their cards digitally and go through the exercise. I'm really happy with it because it's effective and actually helps prevent problems before they happen.
Love that. And you all saw just how quick that was. We could very easily do that several times over and over, and have done it several times at Gen Con with Kobold Press whenever I'm there GMing for Tales of the Valiant. We use this as the primary tool. And having 6 strangers who come and sit down at your table, and you just very quickly let them do it as you're finishing up some setup. Maybe you're putting miniatures behind your screen. Maybe you're jotting down a note. By the time you're done handling anything over here, you have all the cards in the deck back in your hand. And it's so quick and it's so easy. Let's jump into some stories here where these could have been used. So, Tom, we have 2 options here for you. You get to pick it based on the name again. The first option is Kylie Lady, and the other option is Red Hot Owl.
Oh, give me some Red Hot Owl.
Red Hot Owl. Okay, sweet. I like this one because I've skimmed it ahead of time, and I love making this point. So, this one is... Player goes on a wild rant because we wouldn't use AI in our game.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. AI's going to take over. I don't like it.
I mean, is that where it stops?
That's the title. That's the title.
Okay, I'm like, that's the title.
That's the whole story. On to the next one.
Yeah, see you. And then see you next week. No.
The story reads, before I start, I just want to preface, I do not use or support AI art generation. I don't care if you do, I'm not here to give you a lecture about the ethics of it or anything like that. We, as in myself and my friend who is the DM of the campaign we are running, personally don't. Right, so, for the past month or so, we've been running a Witcher-themed campaign.
Ooh.
I've loved The Witcher
That would
so
be
much.
fun.
In fact, I had moved these dice off of Emma's PlayStation. Emma actually has The Witcher.
Yeah, the Witcher dice.
You played so much Gwent that yeah.
Love me some Gwent.
Oh, yeah.
Skellige all the way. Anyway.
I love the people, sorry to interject, who are like D&D, and then they're like, oh, I love The Witcher. I'm like, dude, sit down. Sit down. Let's live The Witcher.
We
for a
can
little
do that
while, at least
right
in our imaginations. Yeah, it's incredible. Anyway,
Choose a
sorry.
school. You can pick any of them. It's been pretty fun time. The races that are already part of the setting fit surprisingly well with the standard D&D rules. The whole idea is that it's a sort of a low-stakes side plot that is happening in parallel with the events of The Witcher 3, although featuring more mundane characters. To give you an idea, we've got an alcoholic dwarf farmer who fights alongside his pet goat. Interesting. Okay.
Awesome. Thor.
I wouldn't call that a mundane character. That's pretty fucking awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, one player, who I guess I'll call AI Bro, has been with us for a while. Until recently, he seemed pretty laid back and just overall an average dude. Our time zones rarely match up, so he mostly only hopped on for the game itself and was usually the first to log off, which meant we didn't really get to know him that well. No big deal, of course, everyone's got their own lives and we're all adults, but that did mean that when what happened, it completely caught us off guard. When it comes to the visuals like locations, creature references, and so on, my friend, the DM, mostly uses screenshots from the game itself that he takes and edits together. AI Bro didn't seem to have a problem with this, but during yesterday's session, he suggested that it would be cooler if we just use AI art, and he can make some for us. My friend said that there was no need, but the gesture was appreciated. Then AI Bro asked why, and my friend explained that he wasn't really into AI-generated stuff. This is a pretty respectful conversation so far, so surely AI Bro is going to be totally fine with this rebuttal, and everything's going to be okay.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why we're reading the story.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Story's over.
I love a happy ending.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, when I say AI Bro completely lost it over that, I mean it.
Oh, wow.
Dude went off on the most random, insecure rant you've ever heard, talking over everyone who, like us, just wanted to go back to playing the game that was going fine until then. He was saying things like his art is just as valid, and that it's time people start acknowledging that, or whatever. This hurts to read. Even though no one was saying otherwise, I could almost see him frothing at the mouth as he went on and on, pretty much arguing with himself for a solid 20 minutes.
That's a long time.
That could very well be longer than this episode.
It's time to leave and get popcorn and come back.
Yeah.
See where it goes.
That should have been at some point to calm down in that, but no.
No.
Yeah.
And he probably would have kept going on if the DM hadn't kicked him off of the call. We let AI Bro join back a few minutes later after he had supposedly calmed down. But even though he was less mad, he still kept bitching and throwing in snide comments. Another player who is an actual physical artist foolishly tried to, I don't know if this is foolish, tried to explain why some people have issues with AI art. This kicked off another rant from AI Bro about how being an artist isn't a real job anyway. Oh, you motherfucker.
Fuck that dude.
Oh, God. And that she shouldn't be mad at tech since it can do what she does better.
Not without her.
Yeah, exactly.
To scrape from. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, engaging in the argument, recognizing, like, hey, this person's probably not going to change their opinion, so.
It can be a very useful tool, but it shouldn't be the. There's too many things I don't like about AI in general.
Yeah, I think especially on the art side. I mean, there's very common discussions about, if it's a throwaway piece that you would Google anyway to look for an elf, that you're not going to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
And anything that should require paying,
I agree.
Pay an artist.
And then, I mean, I go back and forth on some things with AI.
Yeah.
If I, for example, because I work in a job where I work with a lot of CRMs, if I need to take a list of contacts and have it say, hey, put a comma between every email here, sure, I'll let AI do that for me. But that's entirely different than saying, like, you as an actual artist don't have a place in this world. You shouldn't be paid for it. And I can do it better than you on my computer, which is fucking crazy.
That's an extreme. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Jumping back into that sentence, since it can do what she does better, which, I mean, she wasn't, again, we were all cool with agreeing to disagree, but at the end of the day, it's our game, and we decide what goes in it. Eventually, the DM did end up booting him due to him refusing to drop it. Yeah, I don't know. Probably one of the most random blowouts over nothing I've ever witnessed. And that's the end of that post.
Blowouts over nothing. Well, wait till you get to be my age. You'll witness
you'll see a lot of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I think the line of like, hey, we just don't need to entertain that in our game. Like, we're not going to resolve the debate. I mean, we could talk for hours. I mean, AI is just like any technology, a tool that will have its pluses, it's certainly its minuses, and it will, and let's face it, it's going to be here to stay in some form.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there was definitely a resolve point in there that they could have like not had didn't have to argue 20 minutes by himself just to sit there and be like evil at the end. That was just downgrading somebody's profession, let alone just an artist being right in front of you.
And also catching a stray out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, this not even, like, she's not creating the Witcher art for the game. She was just saying, like, hey, like, I do art, and, like, here's why some people don't like it. Yeah. And she didn't even necessarily, like, she hated it. She was just trying to say, like, why the perspective could be different than what he currently held. And then just fucking another 20-minute monologue.
Yeah. I mean, the only possible way would be to preface that with, are you open to hearing another point of view from an artist?
Yeah.
And if there's any hesitation, the answer is no, it's like, let's just move.
Yep. Yeah.
But, because they're probably still not even open to it. But at least we'll give you a
Yeah. We have one top comment here by D&D Deku, or D and Deku. It says, quote unquote, being an artist is not a real job, end quote. God, I wish all art forms, drawing, movies, books, gastronomy? Huh? That's a new word for me.
Cooking can be an art.
What is it?
It's the art of cooking.
Yeah,
gastronomy, yeah.
Okay. Disappears for an entire year and then comes back. Maybe then they would all be able to appreciate artistic jobs. It would be a very miserable year, especially with the world today. But I do get what you mean.
Experience it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like the topic became irrelevant. It's the idea of how they communicate about it and like where to draw the line. Like, I mean, I've had this happen at my table where we went into a 20-minute lecture about the benefits of weed. You know, one of my fellow players. And it was like, that's great, but you don't need to convince me anything. Like, it's fine. It's like, it happens, but it was like, all right, that's enough. Let's get back to the game.
It's like, okay, that's cool. Anyway, does an 18 hit?
I know, yeah. Oh, it hits, man.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was not in favor of, not that I care.
I mean,
it's just not my thing.
Understandably.
In case my mom's watching.
Did we both shoot our eyes to the cameras? Anyway, jumping into the next story here by Kai Lee Lady, or I could be saying it wrong. It's Kaililady. Kylie Lady. Post reads, and this is the more unhinged one of the episode audience, so buckle in. DM demands I wear costumes, drink IRL potions, and don't play male characters.
I had a DM similar to this once.
It was me. It's I.
No, stop. You can't take blame for all of my bad DM experiences. Just the creepy ones.
Foot cam what?
I'll be here again.
Oh my.
I'll explain that eventually, Tom, I promise.
Okay.
Just don't look under the table. Anyway. Dude, the post goes on to say, this isn't that crazy, but here's my entry. And I have to say, starting out of the gate, as someone who's skimmed the story a bit ahead of time, this story is that crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
This story is a roller coaster. So it goes on to say, so I live abroad in Taiwan, and a couple of years ago, I was trying to find a game to play in, as I had really had the itch to play, because I hadn't since I'd lived in the States. I posted on a foreigners group asking if anybody was interested in playing, and I got some interest from this guy who said that him and his girlfriend were going to start a game up, and it would be her first time. I was kind of excited about the idea that there would be another woman in the group because I've had bad experiences abroad with guy groups. He had pitched it to me as a roleplay heavy, and I kind of relaxed because he didn't want to scare away his girlfriend. He said it would be chill. That unfortunately turned out not to be the case. Can I get some predictions here? Besides what
He's not talking about D&D.
No,
I'll tell you that right now.
This is not good. Just the force of dress is going to be the most unhinged part.
He's going to specify what character to be. This is the outfit I want you to wear.
Alrighty. So anyway, Mitchell, if you go into the other room, I have a maid outfit picked out for you.
Why is there no bra, George Lucas?
Oh, God. You're right. The post goes on to read, the group chat is where it really all started to go bad. It's always in the group chat. Actually, worse, it's in the private chat away from the group chat is where things normally go bad. It wasn't anything insane, but the guy was just really incessant. I already hate group chats, and this guy was messaging at all hours of the night and getting kind of upset if we didn't message him back quickly. No big deal, though. I know DMing is a lot of work, and probably he was anxious to get stuff set up. We were going to play Lost Mines of Phandelver, which I thought would be good because it's an opening module, and he said his girlfriend was new. I mean, that's great thinking.
Yeah. How many people got their start with Lost Mines of Phandelver?
Oh, so many.
A lot.
My first TTRPG podcast that I listened to was The Adventure Zone.
Yeah.
And they start out pretty much with the Lost Mines of Phandelver.
Love The Adventure Zone. Yep, exactly.
After a while of setting up the game, he started to lay out some rules that were definitely not chill. Here we go. For example, one of the things he said that we needed was to be in costume because his girlfriend really liked the idea of dressing up, but didn't want to feel like the odd one. Okay.
The only one dressed up.
Yeah,
I get that, but...
they go on to say, I fucking love doing weird bits with costumes. It's actually one of my favorite things. But I just got a bad vibe that he told us that we had to. I mean, fair. Because I also can't guarantee that I'm going to have a costume every single time, considering I was going to have to ride public transport to get there. Immediately no. Immediately no. Fuck that. He also was going to make potions, and whenever we drink a potion or any consumable, we were actually going to have to drink his alcoholic drinks that he would put in these potion bottles.
No.
Yeah.
No. How well do you know this person?
Don't drink something somebody else prepared. Yeah.
Again, a really cool idea and concept if it comes up organically, but I just find it weird that it's like, no, you have to drink my vodka shots every time you want a healing or any other potion. Yeah, it's the sweeping demand that really fucking...
And you take 3 damage. Do you want to use that health potion? And you take 3 more damage. Do you want to take that health potion?
There are certain RPGs...
Anyway, healing? You want some healing? Okay.
Shaken, not stirring.
Yes.
Shit, I started this one already.
The final thing that really got me was that I had created a male character and my husband had created a female character because why not? He all of a sudden started asking a lot of questions about us and making sure this wasn't some kind of kink thing, which it absolutely was not. I just wanted to play a male character, and I thought it was weird that was the first thing he jumped to. On top of this, he kept interrogating me and telling me that he didn't think that I, as a woman, could have a convincing male voice, and that it would probably break immersion for his girlfriend. I feel like he's using his girlfriend as like this,
projecting a lot of feelings onto her,
but also using her as this like
she's the reason. He's what is that? There's a projecting his desires and using her as the excuse.
She's like he's using her as a shield, pretty much. To avoid him being accused of weird fucking behavior.
It's not me that wants you all dressed up like this. No.
No, my girlfriend wants you all dressed up and drunk for every D&D session.
Because she's going to be dressed up and drunk.
As he's standing there with a camera. It's like,
He kept underlining and bolding the fact that this was roleplay heavy, and that he expected me to roleplay with a voice. And he demanded voice notes where I did male voices. So, like, send me your best male voice. let me hear it.
Hello.
Just record stuff in like pull it out of the movie and just send it to me.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
I just kind of ignored this because I know I can do it, and this isn't a job. I assured him I've been role-playing for a long time, and I was in theater, and he shouldn't worry. I will bring the role-play. I love the confidence, and as you should, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, it shouldn't.
At the heart of it all, it doesn't matter if your male voice is convincing or not. Have fun in character.
That's the fun part.
Hell, my NDC voices change mid-sentence half the time. It's
especially if I do an accent.
My players are tolerant. They're fine.
I was doing a British accent. Now it's Australian.
There's definitely been a situation in a previous scrapped campaign where I introduced a character with an accent, and then the next time they showed up, not only did the voice change, but they also were no longer an elf. I made them human somehow. I didn't keep track of the note. So there are definitely worse things.
Yeah.
He just really wouldn't give up on this point, and I was not going to do this, so I just kind of stopped responding after a bit. That's when he went absolutely nuclear, sending me like 30 messages about how he'd spent like $1,300 USD on sets and costume pieces and modular terrain, and I was like, well, I didn't ask for all of that. Not my problem. Anyway, I blocked him and decided to start my own campaign as the first-time DM. Good news. Been going on for almost 2 years now.
Oh, nice.
And it was the best decision I've ever made. So happy ending all in all.
Yeah. Yeah, wild for sure.
Oh yeah, yes.
It definitely stops as soon as the alcoholic potions got involved in my head. I was like, that's like I can dress up. I've had a DM want us to dress up for our characters. It's like, all right, we're all fine. You have not.
And there's always the debate about player agency. I mean, this is taking away human agency.
Yeah,
I mean, you literally
worse.
nope, you're not allowed to do this. You got to do that. It's like your choices are no longer valid. So the game was going to suck anyway.
No, that was going to be a horrible
if you
game.
even gave it a single chance. Yeah,
well financed, but terrible game.
Yeah. Well, you got like 2 rooms of Dwarven Forge for 15.
Oh my god.
No, I love Dwarven Forge.
I mean, I do too, but man,
metal cast pieces.
I could not.
I'm a trained person, but
I get it. You'd be very upset by what's under this cloth. I would unveil it, but Mitchell's in the session.
You can do that.
Yeah. Oh, did I now? Anywho, one of these top comments here by Column Nozeless. Interesting. They say, and you actually, I heard a comment that you were also beating onto the same path. Yeah, I wouldn't trust those potions, to be honest.
not from strangers.
Not from strangers.
Friends. Yeah, whatever. But
you, and this is
that
not
would have to be pre-established beforehand. Hey, we're getting fucked up during this gameplay. Let's do it. All right, cool.
Yeah, this is wild that like a piece of advice from this RPG Reddit video can be applicable to other outside scenarios. Don't accept beverages from people who give you weird vibes. In general, trust your intuition, and also, especially not people who you don't fucking know.
Because they can give you really good vibes, and still be a problem.
And still be a huge problem.
Yeah,
yes.
just cover those drinks.
There you go.
Ask for somebody to watch it. Yeah, somebody you trust, and don't take candy from strangers.
Don't take candy from strangers unless they look like me, and then I'm sorry.
Then definitely don't take it.
Need some star.
Wonderful. But I do believe that is all the time we have for this particular episode. Tom, thank you so much for coming on.
No, thanks for having me.
And of course, if you guys want to check out Tom and the Deck of Player Safety, it is all linked down below. There's the free Demiplane online resource, or if you want a physical deck, which I love the physical decks, they work really fucking quickly. Check out the website link below as well. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for more Rolling with Reddit. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.